All right, so then, all right, you got that. Let's do a quick
Are you mic'd up?
lemonade, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so.
Cooper wants to do the lemonade.
Yes. Okay. So my daughter's gonna help us right here. All right. So.
And your daughter's name is?
We're gonna. You have to.
Cooper.
What's her name?
Cooper.
This is Cooper, spelled like Cooper, but it's
Cooper.
an
Say
old
hello.
Alabama name.
Yay!
So it's Cooper.
Go Alabama.
And she's 12 years old.
She's beautiful.
All right. So if you just started, you've put sugar in iced tea or whatever, you try and stir it, and it never dissolves. Well, honey's even worse. So you need to liquefy it, but it liquefies so easy in warm water. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got some hot water going, and you just go ahead and sometimes I'll pour this little hot water in there first. And all right, twist that off. All right, so
here's a better one.
you can I might have to put a little bit more water, but it doesn't take much. So you can do this in the bottle, like when you're wondering what do you do with the end of that bottle of honey or jar, or even if it crystallizes, like what do you want to do with it? You can warm it up in the jar in warm water, and it'll melt out and be liquid for a while. Or you can make a lemonade with it. So that's liquefied. I guess you guys, can y'all see that? Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, so there. And then once it's liquefied, it will never, go back solid again. So we'll do just a touch more, and just to bring out the mint. All right, you want to throw a handful of mint in there? But you can literally, I've started to say, you can do it in a cup. So you can just put like a tablespoon, a heaping spoon of honey, put a little bit of hot water in the bottom of a tall glass, stir it up, and then we'll squeeze some lemons and mint, and we're going to top it off with sparkling water, but you can of course use any water. All right.
Let me do two.
All right, so we're gonna do a lemon and a lime. These are these delicious Meyer lemons. It's kind of have a real perfumey smell and taste.
What do you guys think?
And of course, like last night, we did a spiked version of this in our showroom, which is right behind that wall there.
871.
We made about 5 gallons, and it was gone in 45 minutes probably. All right, we'll do a couple more. That's a big one. Whoa. Uh-oh. All right, so again, this is easy, and it really is delicious. Did you guys taste it? Is it good? Are you like it? Most everybody's like, it's so refreshing. All right, so just top it off with ice.
Double ice.
And do a few of those. Well, then she's going to pour the water. All right, so all right, while we're finishing this, what questions do you guys have? Anything at all?
Yeah.
Here we have a question of Frenchian.
I've never been a big fan of honey, but I love honey butter.
Honey butter.
How do you make it?
How do you make it?
How do you
it's
make
so
honey
simple.
butter?
And honey mustard is the same way. You just take some honey and some butter. Warm the butter up a little bit. You would just take. You can start with a fork, or you could use a little whisk and just put it in a bowl and just start whipping, and it'll totally homogenize, and then you can keep it in the fridge or not. It will be softer. Because honey is not quite 20%, it's almost 1/5 water. So it'll be a little more, makes the butter softer.
And which kind of honey would you use for honey butter?
The tea.
Personally, I would do Tupelo honey, but really any honey would work well with that. And it really just be whatever your favorite honey is. Okay. That's so easy. And then you can put that in a hot sweet potato or on a biscuit or with toast.
They can see it. Just put it out there.
Well, no, they can see it right here.
Great. We've got another question out here in the audience.
All right, so then that's good, and that looks really pretty, and you can.
Hey, Ted, I got one more question out here. Here you go.
Okay.
What do you spice the drink with? Spike the drink with?
Oh, what would we spike with? It was vodka last night.
Bourbon works well.
Vodka works well.
Bourbon does.
Bourbon works well. This is the South.
And I would
bourbon.
do gin just because I like gin and tonics. But so really.
What don't you spike the drink with?
Yeah. Whatever suits you. Yes.
Here you go. One more question up here in the front.
How many lemons and limes did you put in that pitcher?
So,
how many lemons and limes do you put in there?
If you were gonna do one like tall glass, just like a 20-ounce glass for yourself, you just do like a half a lime, one like heaping spoon of like a heaping tablespoon of honey, and then just a few sprigs of mint. So I know that's not answering. We actually have a card that she's about to pass out that's got a recipe that you can do.
One more question up here in the front.
You use honey butter on hush puppies.
On what?
Hush puppies.
On hush puppies, yes,
Honey
I have
butter on
heard that.
hush puppies.
I have heard that, actually.
And for those of you that are not from the South, what are hush puppies?
Oh, they're just little fried balls of cornbread.
Fried balls of cornbread.
They're delicious and greasy and makes them even more. But,
they are good. They are
But just
really
to add to her point of, so often through the company that again started with me in my kitchen 8 years ago, and now we've got 28 people working, and it's really, really, really grown. But people are like, I don't even like honey. And I don't like that honey that you get in the grocery store either in the Bear. Generally that's because that honey can be from China and Vietnam and South America and the Midwest, and it's all blended for color, and they've never really thought to blend it for taste because they just want it to look consistent on the shelf. And when you mix all these different sugars, like if you taste a fructose honey after a glucosey honey, it tastes really weird on your tongue. So when you're blending them all together like that, it doesn't taste good. So that's why you don't like honey, and that's why I don't like that honey either. But I promise you, if you come and taste like our Tupelo honey, we have an acacia honey. I would definitely encourage you all to come over. We import this one honey from northern Italy, and it looks like water. I mean, it's so light. We just got it off the boat 2 days ago, and I brought it up in these jugs. We've hand-filled some of these bottles, and it's just so sublime and light.
What would that honey be used for? Where would you use
that? Would be it's a little more expensive than these, but I would use that for tea. It's just something where you just want like a subtle hint where you maybe you drizzle it over something like a dessert right at the end. I wouldn't cook it at all.
Right. Anybody else have any questions? More right here in front.
What would you use for salad dressings or a good basic honey?
We would use a orange blossom. A lot of times I'll use that, and again, it has a little bit of like flavor, but which is why I would choose that one. What's in this big one? Tupelo. That's my go-to honey. I have one of these on my counter, and my wife and I drink. It holds a 5-pound jug. So, and we go through one of these, mostly drinking tea every month, believe it or not. Honey doesn't make you fat. In fact, there's a honey diet. That's what I should be whispering. You could Google that. But a spoon of honey right before you go to sleep apparently makes your liver start burning fat. It's kind of weird.
Okay. Is there any kind of a honey that you can use in a marinade that you can use in a stir fry?
In a stir fry?
Marinade and stir fry.
Right. Really? So she burned honey in her wok, is what she's saying. Again, that's if you started at a lower temperature and let it kind of liquefy in the teriyaki and some of those other things, and then cranked up the heat, it wouldn't as burned as easily.
Any other questions?
And you guys see that honey? Can you see how clear that is? It's just.
Is that the new honey that you just?
This is the honey from Italy.
Yeah.
It looks like a bottle of champagne or something.
I'll pass that around. Let people look at it. Now, are you serving up beverages tonight by any remote chance?
Generally at 5 o'clock we have beverages over in our showroom.
5 o'clock beverages at the Savannah Bee.
If you haven't stepped over, and literally go around that wall, and it's other side of the hall.
It's right across the hallway there.